Well, welcome back to the third episode of Much Ado About Nothing. Thank you so much for staying back for three episodes. Even I didn't believe that you folks will stay back for so long. Uh, but thanks for all the love and support. So, today, our topic is the digital balance, where we try to find harmony between our online and offline selves. Um, it's a topic which is very close to me for a couple of reasons. One is I significantly believe in the impact of cognitive dissonance. So if someone is not a social person and tries to be social in a digital world, usually people can see through, and the vice versa as well. So harmony between our online and offline selves is absolutely essential, and it's linked to your social capital or your ability to influence people. The biggest or the most significant part of digital balance is where to begin. That's where the dilemma is. The digital age has blurred the lines between work and social life and personal time. Most people are glued to their smartphones and social media and are always on and connected, whether they are in office or at work, even when they are commuting, right? So that constant connectivity kind of keeps us always available online. This can have an impact on your well-being because your mental health will get impacted if you are impacted by criticism online, or if you are exposed um, to constant barrage of news and articles and data. You might get overwhelmed, exasperated. It will affect your mental health. Of course, your productivity might come down because your brain is distracted, so you can't focus. So your output will suffer. And finally, the relationships. Most of our relationships need um, investment of a lot of time, good quality time. But if everyone is always distracted, we might have a semblance of being around our relatives, but we may not be able to add any value, or we may not be able to make the relationships more affectionate or matter much. Finally, the fear of missing out is something that stems from the constant connectivity, because you're always connected or you happen to be connected. You don't want to stop being connected. One is inertia, second is the FOMO, that you would always want to stay updated on what's happening, whether it's a field of technology, whether it's field of medicine, whether it's field of law. You want to be up to date with the latest trends, and because everyone else is updated with the latest trends, there is a competition that who knows more, or who knows the latest thing that happened. So they will quiz each other, or they will talk to with the subtext, with the missing subtext that the latest episode or latest news, and you do not want to miss out on that latest tidbit. Or so then that puts a lot of strain for you to always keep your ears to the ground. It kind of makes you paranoid, and affects your mental health and, more importantly, productivity. Technology comes to the rescue here. It's an enabler. So while technology, especially mobile phone, has revolutionized work uh, in India after late 2000s, early 2010s, smartphones had become quite mainstream, and people started using mobile apps for staying up to date with work, working on the go, checking mails, replying, um, doing a lot of digital work on mobile devices that helped to at least to the white collar people. How did they work? It also helped students to learn of beyond the classroom, get their doubts clarified, um, revisit the topic by another faculty or on YouTube. So tech is an enabler, and it helps to enrich the quality of interaction or the um, quality of content that one is able to access. But when technology takes over, it's when the technology stops being an enabler, it leads to overstimulation of mind. You people just keep on reading Wikipedia pages. Of course, there are geeks who want to learn everything, but addiction to social media, video games, etc., that limits your ability to enjoy offline experiences. You just are overburdened or always under pressure to keep absorbing more and more content. We do see a lot of movies where they where the movie producers show the future of a human with a much larger head. Maybe our brains are getting larger and larger, but I feel that internet can only go even larger. So it's not a race between trying to download a lot of information from internet to your brain. Rather, it could be a scenario where you can say that, hey, I can look it up online, so I don't need to remember things. I don't need to absorb things. I just need to know where it's located, and I'll just look it up. So that's a good way to use tech as an enabler and not let tech take over. Next is, once here we talked about the digital dilemma, we also talked about the benefits and pitfalls of technology. Next is, how do we disconnect? We can't always stay connected, right? So one is definitely using a lot of technology tools. So there is night mode on mobile phones, there is focus mode, there is do not disturb, where you can turn off notification and have more focus when you want to do something creative, as well as just for emotional well-being. Usually in the night, it's better to turn on the night mode so that at least your eyes are saved and you get a good sleep. Natural sleep does help us reset and recharge, but ensuring that notifications or calls don't break the rhythm of our body when it's sleeping, that's really helpful. Let our body recover itself. The nature has its own way of recovering. So if nature is trying to save us, trying to repair us free of cost, let's not game or engineer or turbocharge nature. Let nature do things natural way in some areas, especially when your body is getting recharged back through sleep. So an uninterrupted sleep can work wonders if you are able to unplug. Of course, if you can unplug for a week in a year and take time out, that's even better. You come back absolutely fresh. Another way to disconnect is to use digital minimalism, where you intentionally use technology for achieving an objective rather than using it all the time. Using a particular tech and curating your tech for a purpose really helps. Remember old days when you used to have an analog wristwatch that just told time? Now our wristwatch can play songs and podcasts and surf web and whatnot. So minimalism helps. It keeps you focused, while it puts guardrails around a tool and its intended objective, and it helps you come back to your daily life once that objective has been reached. How do you achieve digital offline balance then? One is definitely, as I mentioned, uh, no screen use, especially during evening, at least before bedtime, and if possible during meal time as well. A lot of people watch Facebook or YouTube while having their dinner. Usually, it's from the sense of loneliness. Most of us are occupied, have busy lives, so we do want to, you know, feel engaged and stimulated and not lonely. So we use digital as a false sense of security that someone is around us, someone who we are comfortable is around us. But try to reduce your screen time there. Setting priorities on when to be online and when not to be online, so that people expect you only to be online at particular times. That helps in terms of maintaining a balance. Finally, mindfully using technology. So if you do not want to spend a lot of time online, you can tell people around you and then take time off. As I mentioned, taking time off in a year is even better. What could even be better is if you could use technology or use digital as a way to enrich the quality of life and enrich what you want to say or what you want to hear without impacting your own behavior. One way to do is do that, or to achieve that, is to be comfortable with your true self. Of course, it doesn't mean that one should be annoying, but trying to be respectful, respect others' privacy, respect public property, but using digital to express yourself and gather respectful feedback can help a lot. So, especially what I have felt the benefit of digital is in terms of at least gameplay. But whenever I am gaming online, the ability of algorithm to find out players who are similar in rank to me, so that I do not feel burdened, and I don't feel little in front of like very highly trained players. That really helps me. I can only wonder how beginners would feel bullied or in days before internet, when they used to play and they only had very senior people to play, either you sink or swim. But here, digital gaming for me has helped me to get into a comfortable bubble while I do gauge myself and try to improve. But when I play online, the algorithm matches me to a likely ranked player in whatever games I play, and slowly it increases the level of difficulty. So I'm in control. On the other hand, in real life, you have no control over the quality of player you have. And in real life also, people have a lot of ego. They don't want to lose to you, or if they lose to you, they may want to compensate by impacting you negatively in some other way, or by impacting you in some other way. So I have personally benefited from digital, especially in whenever I wanted to play a game. I have used technology definitely as an enabler. As I close today's podcast on the digital balance, I do feel that finding harmony between our online and offline selves is very essential. One way is to, of course, one way is to understand who you truly are. That itself is a long journey of exploration of self. But as you go along exploring yourself, you can also create an online presence that helps bring out your persona and makes you easily accessible and understandable to people. Take care, stay safe, peace out.